Chapter 5: The Secret of Health, Success, and Power. We all remember with what intense delight, as children, we listened to the never tiring fairy tale. How eagerly we followed the fluctuating fortunes of the good boy or girl, ever protected in the hour of crisis from the evil machinations of the scheming witch, the cruel giant, or the wicked king. And our little hearts never faltered for the fate of hero or heroine, nor did we doubt their ultimate overall their enemies, and they will never desert those who had consecrated themselves to the good and the truth. And what an unspeakable joy within a fairy queen bring all the magic to appear at the critic moment, scattered all the darkness or trouble, and granted them the complete satisfaction of their hopes, and they were happy and after. With accumulating years and ever increasing intimacy with the so-called reptiles of life, our beauty fair world became liberated, and its wonderful inhabitants were relegated in the archive of memory to the shadow of unreal. And we thought we were wise and strong, and thus living forever the land of children's dreams. But as we become little children in the wonders of wisdom, we shall return again the inspiring dreams of childhood. After all, realities. The fairy folk, so small and invisible, yet possess a magical power to stir up our good, health, wealth, and happiness, along all the furniture, and start again to the reality and become a rule of lies by the growth of wisdom, has entered into the knowledge of power thought and the laws which govern the inner world being. To him the fairies live again in thought people, thought powers working in harmony with the ruling god, and they who, day by day, endeavor to harmonize their hearts with the heart of the supreme good, do in reality acquire true health, wealth, and happiness. There is no protection to compare with goodness, and by goodness I don't mean a mere conformity to the rules of morality. I mean pure thought, noble aspiration, unselfish love, and freedom from being law. To do well continuing good thoughts is to throw around oneself a psychic atmosphere of sweetness and power which gives its expression upon all who come in contact with it, as a rising sun, with the root of helpless of shadows, so important force of evil, but to fly it by the searching rays of positive thought, which triumph for a heart made of strong purity and faith. I comprising purity, there is health, there is success, there is power, and such a one, disease, failure, and disaster can find no lodgment, for there is nothing to which they can feed. And to this truth, the scientific world is rapidly being drawn. The old materialist belief, and a man is what his body makes him, is rapidly passing away. It's being replaced by the inspiring belief that man is superior to his body, and his body is what makes its power of thoughts. Men everywhere are ceasing to believe that a man despairing because he is dyspeptic, and becoming to understand he is dyspeptic because he is despairing, and the near future origin in the mind will become common knowledge. There is no evil in the universe, but has its root origin in mind, and sin, sickness, sorrow, and affliction do not in reality belong to the universal order, are not inherent in the nature of things, but are the direct outcome of ignorance of the right relation of things. According to tradition, there once lived in India a school of philosophers have led a life of such absolute purity and simplicity that is commonly reaches the age of 150 years, and the false-sake was looked upon to them as an unpardonable disgrace. That is considered to indicate a violent flaw. The sooner we realize a knowledge of sickness, offended God, as a test of unwise providence, is a result of our error of sin, the sooner we shall enter upon the highway of health. Disease comes to those who tract it, to those whose mind and body are appreciative to it, and flees from those strong, pure, and positive thoughts, sphere, genuine healing, and life-giving currents. If you were given to anger, worry, jealousy, greed, or any other inharmonious state of mind, expect perfect physical health. We are expecting the impossible, for are continually sowing the seeds of disease in the mind. Such a condition of mind are carefully shunned by wise men, for the bad drain an infected house. If you would be free from all physical aches and pains, and would enjoy perfect physical harmony, your mind in order, and harmonize your thoughts, live such joyful thoughts, think loving thoughts, let the elixir of goodwill course through your veins, and you will need no other medicine. Put away your jealousy, your suspicions, your worries, your hatreds, your selfish indulgence, and you will put away your dyspepsia, your pelvicidness, your nervousness, and your aching points. Demoralized habit of mind. Do not complain when your body is laid to low sickness. The following story illustrates the close relation that exists between habits and mind and bodily condition. A certain man with a painful disease, and he tried one physician after another, but all to purpose. He then visited towns which were famous of curative water, and after having been them all, his disease was more painful than ever. One night he dreamed a resident came to him and said, "Brother, hast thou tried all the means of cure?" And he replied, "I have tried all." "Nay," said the presence, "come with me, and I will show thee a healing path which has escaped the notice." The afflicted man followed, and the presence led him a clear bowl of water, and said, "Plunge thyself in water, and thou shalt surely recover." And thereupon vanished. The man plunged into the water, and on coming out, lo, had left him. At the same moment he saw written above the bowl of word, "Renounce." Upon waking, the full meaning of the dream flashed across his mind, and looking within, he discovered that he had all along been a victim to sinful indulgence, and he vowed that he would renounce it forever. He carried his vows, and in a short time he was completely restored to health. Many people complain that have broken down through overwork, and the majority of such cases breakdown is more frequently the result of foolishly wasted energy. If you would secure health, you must learn to work without friction. To become anxious and excited, or to worry over needless detail, is to invite a breakdown. Work, whether brain or body, is beneficial and health-giving, and the man who can work a steady or calm persistency, freed of anxiety and worry, was oblivious to work and in hand. He not only accomplished far more than the man who is always hard and anxious, but he retained his health, upon which the other quickly forfeits. True health is true success together, for the inspiring entirely in the truth dreams, and mental harmony produces bodily health, so it would also harmonious sequence in the actually working out what's plans. Order your thoughts and order your life, or the oil of tranquility and prejudices and the tempest of misfortune, house of the payment threatened, bark of your soul, and threads way across the ocean of life. And if it's piloted by a cheerful and never failing face, its courses will be doubly sure, and many periods it passed by which would otherwise attack it. By the power of faith, every enduring work is accomplished. Faith is the supreme. Faith is the overruling law. Faith in your work and your power to accomplish that work. Here is the rock upon which you must build if you would achieve, if you would stand and will not fall. To follow, under the circumstances, the highest prompting within you, to be true and driven yourself, to rely on the inward light, inward voice, and to pursue your purpose with a fearless and restless heart, believing that the future will yield into you, that you know every thought and effort, knowing the laws of the universe can never fail, and they come back to your mathematical exactitude. This is faith and living in faith. By the power of such faith, the dark world of uncertain or divine, every mount of difficulty crumbles away, and the belief soul unharmed. Strive, O reader, to acquire above everything the priceless possession of Jesus' faith, the access of peace, of power, of all makes life great and superior to suffering. Put upon such a faith, and build upon the work of eternal, and the wood material and eternal, and the structure that you erect will never be dissolved, and transcend all this accumulation of material luxuries and riches, the end of which is thus. Whether you were hurled into the abyss, sorrow, or lifted upon high of joys, ever retain your hold upon the face, ever return to it as your rock of refuge, and keep your feet firmly planted, its immortal and immovable base. Standing in such a face, you will become possessed. The spiritual strength will shatter, like so many tiles of glass, the forces of evil that are hurled against you. You will achieve success, such as the merest striver for worldly gain can never know, never dream of. If you have faith, I doubt not, you shall not only do this, but if you shall say unto the mountain, Be thou removed, but thou cast into the sea, it shall be done. There are those today, flesh and blood, who really realizes this faith, and you live in it day by day, and you hold up, have entered as a possession of purity, peace, that's as a bout of some disappointment, a matter awareness of physical pain, and happy customer. If you become you not hate, and success will come. You will not need to become anxious about the results. But right efforts will never bring you the pain and thoughts. I know a lady that satisfaction. I recently affirmed to her, "All how fortunate you are. You only have to wish for things, and it comes to you." And I did indeed, the surface, but in reality, all in the human life. Be cultivated